Cumulus clouds all in the sky, ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option, due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder, would you just put your sweats on for me? Yeah. I got the plug, I made the call for me. I'm talking late night for you. Let me lay a great time on you. Don't hesitate, no, don't you? Just say you will. Come through and chill. Just say you will.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them turn the lights down right now, put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark room, perfume. Go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, for your friends and them. I really wanna know you off. I really wanna show you off. Fuck that, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good, came home and sorry. They say conversation rule a nation. I can tell, but I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. I know you what you want. Oh, what it justice, put it in the song.
Yo, welcome back. We back. The SC Experience, aka your boy Eric, man. We back with another live. You already know. I'm back from the little trip I took, a little vacation, a little birthday celebration, you feel me? But we're back in full force again, even though I got school starting already. But we back. We got a lot of news to talk about today. There's a lot of things that has happened today, and let me adjust this camera real quick. There we go. We got a lot of things to talk about today. There's trades, there is releases. Not only that, we're also gonna post game. This is also a post game review of the Dolphins and Raider game, and we will break it down all together to see what truly happened and what didn't. Um, but on that note, blessings to you guys all. Positive vibes heading your guys' way every single time. Remember, tough times never last, but tough people do, and you guys are awesome, tough people. And it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back, talk some Raider football. So let me see who's up in the building. Sean Johnson, what's good? Eric, what's good? Let's get this Raider news on. So very much to get to. Wow, hope we don't forget no one. Facts. Auntie Six says happy birthday again. Hey, I appreciate it, Auntie Six. Shout out to you, brother. Hope all is well. Same with Egletarian. What's good? Good to see you in the chat, brother. Egletarian, my brother. And Arkham Raider, what's good, brother? Salute Eric, stack him up. You already know that means hit that like button. I appreciate you, brother. Robert Pena, what's good? Good to see you, Robert. Hey, salute to you. Thank you for joining me. The king of moderators is in the building. Terrence, what's good, Terrence? Good to see you, brother. Salute, Mr. Hollywood. Come on, man. Let's go. So much to get to. Hope, Eric, you got all your notes. You already know what it is, man. I got this. The notes are right here, and trust me, I will not forget anything. And if I do, and you guys have any questions, bring them up. Let's talk about it. Shout out to Sean Johnson, though. Let me see who else. I don't want to miss anybody. Shout out to JB. Salute Nation. Salute to you, JB. Good to see you. Salute to you. Hope all is well. El Capitan Rafael's in the building. Yo, what's good, everyone? El Capitan Rafael has arrived. What's good, Cap? Good to see you. Pyro's in the building, bringing the pyrotechnics. What's good, Pyro? Good to see you. Salute, my brother. Hope all is well. Blessings, brother. Blessings. All Eyes is in the building. What's good, All Eyes? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Blessings, brother. Blessings. Bugsy, my brother. What's good, Bugsy? What's good? Vegas was good. Vegas was good. Vegas was good. Vegas was good. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Shout out to Yoshi. What's good, Yoshi? What's good? What's good? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Joseph Soto's in the building. What up, Joseph Soto? What's good? What's good? Salute to you. 4 weeks to fix his online facts. We'll talk about it. Jaw Raider, what's good? Jaw Raider, salute to you. Hope all is well. Big Fridge, what's good? What's good? Eric Stack the Lunchables. That means hit that like button, y'all. What's good? Shout out to Big Fridge. But yeah, so let's get straight into some news, right? Let's get straight into some news. First order of business. First order of business. What the heck? What am I at, a meeting or something? We have traded Nick Mullens for a 2024 7th round pick. Once again, we trade away another player for a late conditional round pick. Not only that, that solidifies Stidham's spot at the second quarterback position. That's what that means. Now, on top of that, overall, I ain't mad at it. I mean, here was my only knock with Stidham, right? This was my only knock with Stidham. He looks at one receiver and only looks at one receiver. And sometimes I don't like his reads, but honestly, from Mullens to Stidham, who looked better during preseason? If you were to ask me, Stidham looked better technically, statistically, and by the bird's eye view as well, even though he didn't really have that good pocket awareness, but both of them did. And honestly, I miss Marcus Mariota, to be honest, being our backup. But either way, Stidham gets the job. He knows the system and looked better than Mullens, and Mullens gets shipped off. At least they got something from Mullens, and I'm glad they did. It's a backup quarterback that's going to go be a backup again to Minnesota, the team we played in our first preseason game, technically a first preseason game against Minnesota. So they needed a backup quarterback. They didn't like Kellen Mond, so they instead go with Nick Mullens right there. And let me see what's else in here. Shout out to Michael Guerrero. What's good, Michael? Salute to you. Montana Foxes is in the building. Salute and happy belated 21st birthday. I appreciate that, Montana. Salute to you, brother. And salute to the Foxes over there. Raider Casper, my brother, what's good? He said the kid is all grown up. He could buy his own beer now instead of, oh, come on, Casper. Man. Shout out to Ray Love. What's good, Ray Love? What's good? Hope all is well. Good to see you in the chat today, brother. If you guys can't hit that like button for me, helps with the algorithm. What's good, Iran? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good to see you, brother. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Talking some Raider football. You know, it's always a good day to talk some Raider football. Stidham knows the system. That's why he got it. Yep. He knows the system. He played better than Mullens technically in the preseason, and he got the job. And the fact that we even got something for a backup quarterback that's going to be a backup quarterback, that is good. That is good. Eric, can I have the link to the Discord? Terrence got you right there. Shout out to Terrence, man. Right there, the Discord link's right there. Marcus Mariota looks good tonight. I didn't get to catch it. I'll go catch it and see how he's doing today, right? But yeah, so I think we are good to move on, right? Next thing, Kenyan Drake reports are saying that he's gonna get released, and I think he already got released because he came out and said a few things. I want to share my screen here. He did come out and say something. He was on a phone call with one of the reporters, and the reporter says he said all of this. Let me share my screen real quick. There we go. So I'm gonna read it off because sometimes people can't really see, even if I zoom in. So I zoomed in here. So she says that she just got off the phone with Kenyan Drake on the Raiders moving on. He says this, and I quote, "I'm just vibing at the crib right now. I'm just waiting on the next 24 hours. I don't think anyone would trade for me just because of the contract situation. Either way, Raiders have to pay me. I'm at peace with the decision. Honestly, I felt the writing was on the wall recently. Like within the last 2 or 3 weeks, I never felt like I had a fair shot to really compete for the job coming off of injury. At the end of the day, that's business. I feel like as times 2-6 uh, progressed through camp, there really wasn't a role for me to have anymore because they had guys that they brought in, they traded for, and I was kind of the odd man out, especially coming off my injury. Other than that, I'm at peace with it because I know my capabilities as a player and I know are going to use. Oh, sorry, I kind of blocked that. To use me how I definitely feel like I need to be used because I'm a playmaker. Personally, I feel like I could fit any type of scheme I provided to first and second down back in Arizona. And throughout my entire career, I proved I could be versatile out the backfield, catching passes and special teams. I'm a professional at the end of the day. I love ball. I don't think it really matters as long as they give me an opportunity to go and compete. I got a lot of tread on my tires. So, what's very interesting about this, right? What's very interesting, and shout out to Raiders till death. What's good? Did Drake get released? Yes. I think he hasn't officially been released, but he's been told that he's going to get released if they can't find a trade partner in the next 24 hours. Shout out to Circus Raider. SC went to the Lunchables to the Bunny Rats. They grow up so fast. Come on, Circus. Shout out to Circus, man. Um, Let me see. Shout out to Cool Kev. What's good, Cool Kev? No one wants it to take on Drake's his contract. Also, facts. Um, did Mr. Injured really say he didn't get a fair shot? Yup. Um, can't blame Drake. His wallet ain't struggling. Facts. Eric, I heard we could still get something for him in the 11th hour. We have until 4 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Hopefully, we get a seventh rounder. Adds up, and that's the thing he talked about. He said, "I'm just waiting on the next 24 hours. I don't think anyone would trade for me just because of the contract situation." But look at what he says. Either way, Raiders have to pay me. I'm at peace. Yeah, he ain't tripping. He doesn't care if he gets traded because either way, they already told him he's gonna get released. They already told him he's off the roster if they can't find a trade partner. And to him, he doesn't care because he's gonna get paid this year and he's gonna get paid this next year. I talked about this before. This move does not make any sense. And people are gonna say, Eric, he was the odd man out. I did say he was the odd man out too. I 100%, I 100% no, he's the odd man out. I've been saying this. I've been saying this every single live. He doesn't look like himself. Other people have outshined him, like Amir Abdullah has looked good. Brendan Brown has looked good. Zamir White has been looking good. But where I have a little bit of a is Brandon Bolden. I don't think Brandon Bolden got enough juice yet. I don't even think he played. Correct me if I'm wrong. Played last game. Um, Let me make sure before I say something out of the ordinary. I did not see him. Maybe I missed him, but let me see. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I got my facts right. Um, yeah, Brandon Bolden has not taken any reps yet, and I get it. Here's the thing with it, right? Um, the contract is horrible, and at this point, just seeing this move, it didn't make sense because we're taking cap hits. I mean, this is guys. It's 3 million, 3.2 million this year, and a 4.4 next year. Um, he's taking a cap hit. If he doesn't get a trade, we're taking some millions off the cap, right? In total, a total of 8 million in the next 2 years, which is a lot if you really break it down, because that could be easily another player that is low risk, high reward type of guy. But the writing was on the wall. Even Kenyan Drake knew it. We all knew it. He didn't look like himself, and they don't care. They're savages. They not only got rid of 2 rookie contracts in in um in Gillespie and Brian Edwards, the fact that both of them got shipped off with rookie contracts. Now somebody with a horrible contract that takes the cap hit, they don't care if it affects the cap. They're getting rid of all these contracts that John Gruden and Mike Mayock have made, and was disgusting that they even made a contract like this. So hey, I have no bad sayings about Kenya Drake. I wish him nothing from the best on his next team. And hopefully we could get a trade. If there's anybody that could pull off a trade, it's Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, Champ Kelly. We got to give some credit to Champ Kelly as well. Um, these guys work magic. They've been working magic. I mean, the fact that they got a seventh round for Nick Mullens when Mullens is just going to be a backup somewhere else is crazy to me. And it's good that they got it. So this regime is capable of doing that. and there could be a possibility that we could see Kenyan Drake get shipped off, or he will guarantee get released tomorrow before the 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central Time deadline. So I am worried too much about it, right? I am worried too much about it. Watch it, Eric. Brandon Bolden is going to be a beast on third down. Book it. I have nothing against Brandon Bolden. Brandon Bolden's a good running back, but I haven't seen him get reps. This goes for everybody on the team. I've been saying it every live. Everybody needs to get some snaps in preseason. The reason being is because you can't just walk into week 1 thinking that you're already set without playing a goddamn down in preseason, right? So, in my opinion, Brandon Bolden needs to get some snaps on Friday, and if he doesn't get any snaps on Friday, I think he might be the next one on the odd man out if people start performing a little bit, right? If people start playing, right? Because if you're not there to defend your position, I can't tell you nothing, right? And that goes for everybody on the team. You see it. If you get outworked and out finessed and outplayed, you're out of the team. And they made it totally clear by the moves they're making. See, you already know what it is. Shout out to Raider Critique. Let me see who else is in here. Give me a second. SC no longer my kid, my bad. But proud of you, brother. Shout out to Jack Kenna. What's good, Jack Kenna? What's good? But this wasn't McDaniels or Ziegler's guy. Mayock and Gruden brought him in. Yeah, it sucks. It shows you how bad our old office screwed up the bad contracts. It's not Ziegler and McDaniels' fault. I never said it's their fault. That's where you got my words twisted. I never said it was their fault. It's the last regime's fault for doing these horrible contracts. Honestly, Auntie Six, I don't think if Kenyan Drake reworks his contract, that's good. That's good, right? If he reworks that contract, hey, shout out to Kenyan Drake. But by the looks of it, either way, Raiders have to pay me. It looks like he's taking his money and leaving. He's like, if I'm gonna get cut, I'm taking the money with me, right? And that's what it looks like from the quote he has said right here, right? So, in my opinion, I don't think he's gonna rework it. If he reworks it, hey, props to Kenyan Drake for doing that. That benefits us, and we appreciate that. But it doesn't look like he's gonna rework it. And it's gonna take cap hits on us. Yeah, facts. That too. He already reworked his contract once. He's not gonna rework it again. He's not going to. He already reworked it once. Tried making it as good as possible, and boom, right? So we still got until 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We still got until 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to see if they could get a trade done in place, right? How much do we eat if we release him? I got the exact numbers on my note. Give me a second. I seen it somewhere. Here, let me get it. I know it's like 3-point-ish something. It's 3.6 this year, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 4 point something next year. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 3.6 this year, and then the rest of the 8 million next year. Hashtag cut a meek, and let's talk about that cornerback room, right? Let's talk about that cornerback room real quick. Let me take this off. Meek. This is the thing with the Meek. 4.4 next year. Thank you, the Ricardo. Shout out to the Ricardo. Shout out to Papa Sora. What's good, my brother? Hope all is well. Good to see you here. Shout out to my boy ECG's in the building. What's good, East Coast Gridiron? Good to see you, brother. Hopefully I didn't miss any. SCJ made you look. Shout out to SCJ made you look, man. And if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. I'll greatly appreciate it. We're moving on up, man. I'll greatly appreciate it. Icy Nate, what's good, brother? Hope all is well. Blessings to you guys. Yep, 3.6. Yep. So I was right on that. Shout out to AR Avakazi. What's good, Avakazi? If I was him, I would have given up money. Sucks for us. Yeah, facts. And that's not even this regime's fault. Is that last regime. And shout out to Papa Sora as well. And Rudy Chavez was good. Amik Robertson is too short and has terrible body motion. He should be better as a strong safety, free safety. This is the thing with Rudy Chavez, right? This is the thing, Rudy Chavez, with Amik Robertson. I always said he was too short. But what I've seen in preseason is not even, it doesn't even have to do with his height. It has to do with everything of his skills. It's not progressing to the NFL at all. if you can't do it against second and third strings and you're getting burnt on a consistent basis, and I always talk about this, right? And I'm doing this because it's always a rotating thing. It's always the same thing over and over that I keep repeating because I think people tend to forget when it comes to these players. It's all about consistency. Even Josh McDaniels has said in his press conference that it's all about consistency. It's all about being consistent. If you're not being consistent, you're nothing. You could have 3 good games and then one bad game, and I'm gonna knock you for that bad game. But who would you rather have, y'all? Would you rather have somebody that's done 3 good games? Let's just say there's a player, right? Let's just say Amik, right? Let's take Amik and let's take Sam Webb. Let's take both of those guys and let's put them on screen, right? Sam Webb, Amik Robertson. Amik's a uh Amik is already on a couple years in with the Raiders. Sam Webb, this is his first year and he's a UDFA. And if you don't know Sam Webb, he's from Pittsburgh. He's a good corner. He's a UDFA at the end of the day, and he's playing pretty good. All right, you got Sam Webb on this side, that's played good against Jacksonville, good against Minnesota, and played okay, a little bit bad. He got burned a couple times against Miami, and he did excellent against Vikings. He was the only guy. He was the only guy that played good against Minnesota, in my opinion. Then you got Amik Robertson. Amik Robertson didn't play the first game. He played the second game, did horrible. He played the third game, got burned again. So which one would you rather have? Sam Webb is young. Sam Webb, this is his first year with us, and he already has 2 good preseason games, and the third one, he did all right. That was his worst game last week. Or Amik Robertson that has been having bad games back to back. Right? Oh, didn't play the first game and went back to back bad. Yeah, Sam Webb, exactly. Sam Webb is a developmental cornerback. Shout out to Raider F for life. What up, sis? Hope all is well. Good to see you. Lead is back up to 8.5 now. There you go, Terrence. Let me see. 2 in a row. Haha, yeah. I'll take Sam Webb over Amik Robertson. Shout out to Willie Wayne. What's good, Willie Wayne? Salute to you. Hope all is well. Amik should have been left in Miami. Amik looking like a struck match. He is getting burnt so much. Amik is a year 4, got burnt. Webb got burnt, but rookie and has more promise. Exactly. And they both got burnt last game. But if you look at the game before that, Minnesota, who was really the only guy that really proved himself on that Minnesota game? It was Sam Webb. When you really look at tape, he was the only guy out there really performing because not only was Darius Phillips getting burned, but Isaiah Brown was getting burned. Chris Jones was getting burned. Gillespie didn't have that much a game, and that's why he got shipped off too. Shout out to Chef B. What's good, Chef B? Good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Raider Room, what's good? Gillespie balled out and got left out as well. Shout out to the Raider Room, man. Amik is too small for the outside and isn't shifty enough to guard at nickel time for someone else as the last developmental guy, Webb. Now, let me bring this to you guys' attention. Right. I know some of you guys watched that live and that video of me doing the position battles about the cornerbacks. If you guys remember that video, I had a list, right? I had corner by corner on this defensive back room, and I said what their role's gonna be, what they're good at, what was their stats last year, and what can they bring to the table and all that stuff, right? I broke it all down. Now, right? When I talked about Amik Robertson, and if anybody wants receipts and doesn't believe me, if you scroll a little bit down on, I know nobody wants to do it, but if somebody wants actually, let me bring it up. You know what? Oh no, it's fine. I talked about Amik and what role he could be. If Amik wants to make this team, it's either special teams or being the nickelback, being in the slot and blitzing. He's best at blitzing than he is covering. He was a baller. He was a baller over there in college. He was a baller. He had all the tangibles. The guy was short, but he still locked down receivers taller than him. But he came into the NFL and he hasn't progressed ever since. And just seeing these preseason games, he hasn't progressed at all. It has nothing to do with his height. It has to do with his play. I tried saying it was his height, but after what I seen, it was not his height. Now, looking forward, I said his best ability is to blitz because he knows how to read the gap. He knows how to blitz. He uses his speed, and he knows how to tackle. That's what he's best at. And I've been right all along. You know, I'm sometimes wrong as I'm wrong. I'm wrong sometimes, and I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I'll admit when I'm right. But at the end of the day, I was right about Amik. He's better off as a nickelback blitzing and blitzing packages than he is covering. And I would rather have Sam Webb in that room above Amik Robertson. Shout out to Raider Gabe. What's good? Time to light up. What's good, Raider Gabe? Good to see you, brother. We should have packaged Drake up with Leatherwood up for a late pick. What up, SC? What's good, Dirty Eric? Package Drake up with Leatherwood. Let's talk about Leatherwood. Let's talk about this right tackle spot. Actually, let me get to something. We have signed another linebacker, Tae Davis. He's an ex-Texan, ex-Giant. So he's familiar with Patrick Graham, but he didn't have too much snaps. He's a 6'1", 224-pound linebacker. Just depth because he hasn't had too much run. He played 8 games, started in none, and only had 7 tackles. So at the end of the day, we got another depth piece, Tae Davis, ex-Texan, ex-Giant, familiar with Patrick Graham, of course. Amik, exactly. Amik Roberts is a good tackler, but lacks good body motion. He will do better as a blitzer, and he can't play man coverage as a cornerback or nickelback. Exactly what I said, Rudy Chavez. We both agree on that. See, I've been saying this, man. This shit, I'm telling y'all. Tae Davis is awesome at ping-ponging back and forth between the bench and IR. Hey, that's what he is, man. Amik isn't an NFL DB at that. His coverage skills is as bad as Abram. Abram has been playing good, and I'll get to Abrams right now. Leatherwood equals trash. We'll talk about... Actually, Gabe, let me bring you in. Let me bring you in real quick. And hopefully Ern shows up, and I'll bring him in. Shout out to Persian Raider, man. Brother, that means a lot to me. $20 super chat by Persian. SC, salute. Happy belated birthday. Shout out to Persian, man. Hope all's well. Tough times never last, but tough people do, man. Keep it pushing, brother. Salute to you for that $20 super chat, brother. I would want to talk about Isaiah Wynn. I'll star it, and I'll come back to that. Let's talk about this tackle position on the right tackle, Leatherwood, Illuminor, Munford. Let me make this 100% clear, y'all, because I haven't seen anybody talk about it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been seeing too many Raider lives because I was enjoying the weekend, as you know. So, hey, I'll make sure to tune into everybody else's live and see what their takes on it. But let me tell you something, right? Thayer Munford. A lot of people were saying that Thayer Munford solidified his position at right tackle because he was part of those 30 guys that stayed back. But guys, let me tell you something. Thayer Munford has an injury. Thayer Munford was injured. Waller was injured. Jacobs was injured. And Denzel Perriman were injured. All 4 of those guys were injured. Wait, yeah. Denzel Perriman, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, Thayer Munford, were all injured. They were all injured. Per Tashawn Reed is my reporter that I'm referring to. Thayer Munford has a minor injury. It's undisclosed, but he has a minor injury, and that's why he stayed back. I got you right now, Aaron. I was going to pull it up right now. I just want to talk real quick by myself, and I'll bring you up and then bring up that. So, Thayer Munford was injured. He has a minor tweak. I don't know the full injury, but it's confirmed. Trust me when I say it. And if you want to know my source, go look at The Athletic. Go look at Tashawn Reed. He reported it that Thayer Munford has a minor knock. So, I don't think he has solidified that spot because I showed film last week when he played against Minnesota, and I showed at first glance that he didn't do any better than that much with Leatherwood. Yeah, he showed more glimpses than Leatherwood, but that's because I said move Leatherwood back to guard. Don't mess up his progression. Even before this Miami game, I said Leatherwood is not a tackle in the NFL. He is a guard. Leave him at right guard. That's what he's best at. The reason he keeps getting burnt on that right tackle is because he's not a tackle. He's not a tackle. Let's be honest, y'all. We already knew this off of the first 2 games. And then he came on the 3rd game and shit the bed again. And people are already saying he doesn't deserve to be on the starting lineup. Yes, he does. And let me give you a little bit of facts real quick, right? Last year, let's go to last year. Let's take a trip to down memory lane. The last 4 games, right? The last 4 games, we were looking like losing streak. What is going on? We're depleting. So many things have happened. Gruden, Ruggs, all that situations has happened. We're looking bad. We're not going to make the playoffs. Then we go to the last few games at the end, right? Who really was the number 1 guy on offense that was really starting to step up? It was Josh Jacobs. We already know what Derek Carr could bring to the table with a team around him. but Josh Jacobs started running the ball better than he did the whole first half. Our run game was starting to go. Even our flags was getting cleaned up. We had one flag by Leatherwood in the second half of the season. Remember, y'all, he was getting flagged and flagged and flagged in the first half. Then the second half happened and only got flagged once. Leatherwood is a guard. I've been saying this. He's a guard. He's a better guard than tackle. My starting lineup for week 1, if you were to tell me right now, would be Colton Miller, Lester Cotton, Andre James, Alex Leatherwood, and let Illuminor and Munford play that right tackle spot next week against, I believe, against the Patriots. Actually, this week against the Patriots. This week against Bill Belichick, play Munford and play Illuminor, one in the first half and another one in the second half. Or if the Patriots are playing their starters, play them half and half in the first half to see what they got at right tackle and let them battle it out and put Leatherwood at guard. And I promise you, Leatherwood will look better at guard than tackle. I always said this. You don't want to mess up anybody's progression. What's the number one rule that John Gruden messed up on? Fucking up people's progression. He screwed up Cleve Farrell multiple times, making him lose weight, gain weight, play D tackle, play defensive end, play the 3 tech, he kept messing up his progression. Then, moving on, he also messed up a couple other guys, right? He messed up Leatherwood. I mean, not Leatherwood. Moving on here, we don't want to mess up Leatherwood where he was doing good in the second half of the season. If somebody's starting to progress in the second half of the season, don't you want him to carry on that momentum? Guys, the moment the Bengals beat us, sadly, beat us, who was the first one to start posting them working out and getting ready for the next season? Alex Leatherwood. I'm not saying somebody deserves the job just because he did that, right? But he put in the work because he knows that he could start in this offensive line. It is not his fault that he's a first rounder. Let's keep it a stack, y'all. Let's stop knocking these guys. Oh, he's a first rounder. He didn't play good. He sucked. But a couple years back when it was the draft time, we all had him ranked a lesser round. He just got reached on. So don't knock a player because of where he got chosen. That's more of the regime's fault. And I'm not here to defend Leatherwood and say Leatherwood is a right tackle. He's not a right tackle. I've been saying this, but he's better at guard. I've been saying this. He's better at guard, and at least have him at guard. And if he ends up shitting the bed against the Patriots at guard, then I was completely wrong and ship him out, right? Or have him as a backup pulling guard, a rotational guy. But I want to see him at guard. And Lester Cotton, I see Avakazi bringing up Lester Cotton. Lester Cotton has been one of our best offensive linemen in preseason, and that's why I want him on the starting guard position. You want Lester to change from right guard to left guard? He's been good for the most part at right guard. Yes, he's gave up a bad sack last week, I know. AR, this is the thing. It's easier to go from left guard to right guard than it is from right tackle to left tackle. So Lester Cotton has all the footwork and tangibilities and physical traits to be a guard in general, whether it's right guard or left guard. And that's the versatility that Lester Cotton brings to the table. Even if you switch Leatherwood to left guard and Lester Cotton at right guard, that would be cool. And even if they're not sold on Leatherwood and they'd rather have Dylan Parham at guard, because I like Dylan Parham at guard too, I'm all for it. But that's just my starting lineup. And that's what I want to see against the Patriots. So I could see a better, because the more you see these guys get snapped at a certain position, the more you end up seeing, okay, maybe Leatherwood doesn't work there, put him there. Or maybe this guy doesn't work there, put him here, and let's see what he got in the field, right? Shout out to Richard Lyon. What's good, Snoops? What's good? Snoops, what's good? Jesse Cardenas, what's good? What's good? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Hopefully I didn't skip anybody else. Shout out to Richard Lyon. What's good? What's good? Hope all is well with all you guys, man. Cleve couldn't step up to the plate. He needs to hold up his end of the bargain. Yes, he's somebody that needs to step up this year. He needs to step up. But, you know, you got to admit, too, that they kind of screwed up his progression with moving him up the weight, down the weight, up the weight, down the weight, and doing all that, right? But still, Cleve needs to step up this year because Malcolm Koonce is looking good. We're going to see Trayvon Mullen against the Pats, and that's all I want. I want Trayvon Mullen to prove me wrong. He talks so much on Twitter how block out the hate and I'm going to prove everybody wrong. we seen the same circus last year. We're acting like it's brand new, those tweets and all those stuff. And he didn't prove shit to me last year. He's coming off one of his worst years last year. And yes, he was injured, but that's also a concern. But I want him to prove me wrong. Everybody I criticize is not because I hate him, but because I want to see them prove me wrong. Clee needs a step up. Trayvon Mullen needs a step up. Josh Jacobs has to step up. And Josh Jacobs has been showing me, and he's been stepping up. Even though he did have a good season last year, even though he was injured. But I just wanted to see him if he could continue that this year, and he did. This offensive line needs to step up. This defensive tackle room needs to step up. Which shout out to Jonathan Hankins, man. Hey, let's give a round of applause to Jonathan Hankins. He comes back from injury and creates good plays out there. And I'm gonna get to some other defensive linemen in a bit. Trish Lord, what's good? What's good? Salute Nation and SC underrated content creator. That means a lot to me, Lord. I appreciate that. Shout out to Reese, man. If you guys can, hit that like button for me. Carr hasn't played because they keep trying to shift around the O-line. That's facts. To see the starters as well as who's going to be the swing. Can't let Carr be running around getting work, especially in preseason. I am. I'll defend Leatherwood. Tape film doesn't lie. He's a guard. Exactly, Terrence. Exactly. And I'm all for Munford or Illuminor, but I think those guys are the two guys that need to play that right tackle spot. Those guys should be the ones battling for the right tackle spot. I think Bam Olaseni is a good backup left tackle behind Coda Miller. But I like a swing tackle, and I like Munford and Illuminor to play that right tackle, and I like Alex Leatherwood to be a guard, not a tackle. I said Alex Leatherwood was a bust at right tackle for the first round. Yeah, technically speaking, he's a bust because he was picked in the first round, but he wasn't a first round there, right? Raider Nation love. What's good, Vic Sacramento? Put Leatherwood at left guard. He played that at Alabama. And you could do that too, Jonathan. Shout out to you. You could put, that's what I said. You could always switch Cotton and Leatherwood. Put Cotton at right guard. That's what he's been playing. And Leatherwood played that in college. Leatherwood did play right guard in the NFL. But either way, put Leatherwood at left guard. I'm all fine with that. As long as he's on the guard position, because that's what he's best at. You put Leatherwood at left guard. You put Colton Miller at left tackle. Andre James at center. Cotton at right guard. And Illuminor or Munford at right tackle. I'm more safe with that offensive line room right there. And Bam Olaseni as a swing tackle and all that, right? And even if you have Illuminor as a backup pulling guard, that guy has athleticism. When I tell you that, he's been excellent on screens, excellent on mobility. He's been one of the best. And Dylan Parham as well has been great in athleticism. If you have those two guys come out when it's, hey, in certain situations, it'll look good. If it would have went more than Leatherwood, we wouldn't be talking about it. Just switch it. That's why I tell people, just switch it. I know you can't switch it because on paper, Leather was picked first. But technically speaking, Morick was the first rounder. Leatherwood was the second rounder, right? Yeah, Munford and Bam on the O-line. Yeah, Alex Leatherwood at left guard, Lester Connor at right guard would work. That would look good. Y'all think Bill Belichick set up hidden cameras in our facility week 15? Leatherwood be all that though. Leatherwood being backed up by pure power, like by a player that isn't that great, wouldn't matter if he was a guard. That is inexcusable. Oh, that good. Leatherwood being backed up by pure power like that by a player that isn't that great, wouldn't matter if he was a guard. That is inexcusable. He's got to clean up some things. But I think he's better at guard than he is tackle, right? Well, shout out to Circus Raider. What's good, Circus? Good to see you, brother. Trayvon Mullen is a good man-to-man corner when he is healthy. Yep, and that's the question, when he is healthy, and hopefully he can come out healthy. Waller's Waldo. Darren Waller needs to suit up, and we'll talk about him, right? Mullen's about to be our cornerback one. Keep the receipts. I'll keep the receipts. And we lost Jordan Jenkins to IR. We did pick him up last week. Prayers, fast recovery of Jordan Jenkins. But we all know somebody. What up, though? But how's Vegas? It was good. And let me actually bring up my brothers. I forgot to send it. Give me a second real quick. Let me send this real quick. Give me a second. Boom. Check your Instagram. Earn Gabe. Real quick. Let me go to. Damn it. Is this shit wrong? Oh no, it's good. Here we go. There we go. Olaseni needs higher reps this week than against last stringers. Facts. The only thing bad that Jonathan Hackett did was losing an eating contest to Mitchell Rans. Facts. I say trade for Isaiah Wynn. We'll talk about Isaiah Wynn right now once I bring him up. Hit that like button and stack him up, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Good point, Reeps. Sorry if I missed Reeps. Let me see what Reeps said. I don't want to mess it. Oh, where's Reeps? Hey, Reeps, repeat what you said right there because I couldn't see. where you put something. I don't know why it's not popping up here. I'm trying to scroll and read it. Oh, just Gruden. I see it. Yep, the real bust was Gruden. Mayock just Gruden. Facts. It's just Gruden. I think the rug flew away. Nothing but crusted marks at the doorstep. Shout out to Jito Press. What up, man? What's good, brother? Hope all is well. Let me see. Just don't tell Bill what the drones are. We're about to see the field have a solar eclipse tomorrow. Mayock was just a PR. Facts. Shout out to Icy Nate, man. Hopefully I didn't skip anybody, like I said. So I caught up. Let's talk about Tashad Bauer. Woo! Let me get my brother here, man, from West Side, man, was out there in LA, man, looking at everything from Hollywood to South Central to West Los Angeles to the Hollywood Hills to Beverly Hills, everywhere, man. He was even at Figueroa Street using my code. So if you haven't yet, use code SC Experience at Figueroa Street. Honk twice. If they pull, if they go like this, reaching for their back pocket, please put your phone. I mean, not your phone. Put your phone away, but not only that, put your feet on that gas pedal and press it. Shout out to Westside Sports Radio. It was good, Ern.
You know what it is, bruh. You almost got me shot out that motherfucker, man. I was like, hey, my little homie Eric said use his promo code SC Experience. And she was like, that motherfucker still owe me from the last time. I ain't shit right in 2 weeks. I was like, oh, shit, Eric getting down like that, huh?
Oh, shit. Hey, hopefully they'll come across his YouTube. Shout out to Halo Raider, man. What up, Halo? Good to see you, my brother. Yo, little bro, salute to you. Hope all is well. But look, let me get back on this.
Happy birthday, motherfucker.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Hey, had a fun time for everybody that was asking in there. I appreciate you guys, man. I really appreciate all the behind the scenes messages I got and everything to do with that. And everybody that pulled up to the live on Friday, I appreciate it as well. Had a fun time. You feel me? So yeah.
I missed out on your live, bro. I had a fucking long ass drive back. I came home, crashed out. I woke up and your stream just ended. I was like, shit. He know I meant to be there. I was there in spirit.
Yeah, you're good. You're straight. Shout out to Raider Squid, man. Shout out to Willie Wayne, man. So let me give your take on the offensive line. Are you on the side of completely take Leatherwood off this starting role, or are you on the other side like me and put him at guard where he's best at, and let Illuminor and Munford fight out that right tackle position?
Fuck. The way what we saw this last week, bro, you got to sit down somewhere, homie. That shit ain't it. We cannot have that shit in the regular season, bro. Derek Carr is our franchise. If this dude gets hurt, there goes all of our playoff hopes, Super Bowl hopes, anything kind of hopes, bro. We cannot have like any kind of like, we cannot take no chances on that offensive line. So I really want to say sit him, but he is good at guard. But what we saw wasn't good at guard or tackle, and I just don't know. We got to see what happens in this fourth game before I can make a final decision on that. But right now, I'm leaning towards, bro, sit your ass down somewhere.
Okay, for sure. Hey, shout out to Queen. What's good, Queen? Good to see you. Hope all is well. But I got my other brother backstage, man, representing SoCal over here. My brother got the shades on. You feel me? He's in the backyard. You feel me? Beautiful background over here. My brother here, and I don't think he's cooking today. I'm not sure. No, he's not. My brother here, Raider Gabe's in the building. What's good, Gabe?
What's good, man?
What's up, Gabe?
Chilling.
Hey, I don't consider Friday, even though it's my birthday, but I'm gonna consider this as my first stream being 21. Let's go. We're on a new demon time. You feel me? I'm ripping people apart. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Little straw hat.
So, what was your drink of the weekend, bro?
Okay, so look, there was this drink. It's called it was a weird ass name, bro. It was called like Sweet Foxy Lady or some shit. It had like vodka, it had tequila, it had fucking what else did it have? It had orange juice, cranberry. It was like a mixture of all those shit, bro. That shit was strong as fuck, and a couple other stuff, but I'm not gonna disclose more. But it was fun. It was fun. I was slumped. That's all. Hey, shout out to Vegas. I'm going back. I don't give a fuck. But this organization is proving they don't give a fuck what you have done. It's all about what you're doing now. It's all about what have you done for me lately. That's what it is with this. I'm getting a Waller 83 Raiders jersey. Is that a W or no? On Earn will tell you no. I will tell you go get a Max Crosby jersey.
Bro, Waller got to prove something, bro. Don't buy his shit. This motherfucker don't even be on the field half the time. You're not even going to be able to wear his jersey, bro. What you going to wear? Week 1 and week 2, and that's about it.
You just gotta be a
Hey,
smart investment. Smart investment. Who just signed contracts? Those are the guys you should be looking at, and guys that are like, Renfro, fucking Max Crosby, Derek Carr. Those are guys probably better jerseys to get. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Shit,
facts.
the only one I can see that is solid to get to be Renfro. We don't know how long Devontae is going to be here. I say Carr. We don't know how long Jacobs is going to be here. Basically, it's just Renfro and Max, really.
Shout out to Lord Rochitas. And let me make this clear because I keep seeing it. I've been a lot of people text me behind the scenes too. I did not black out in Vegas. Okay, I'm not a lightweight. Let me make that clear. Now that I'm 21,
sure you
I can
didn't,
start
Eric.
saying stories. I did not black out. I was good.
Sure
I was
you were.
straight. I had fun though. It was fun. It was fun. Vegas is fun, and seeing Allegiant Stadium in real life, man.
Awesome, man.
Fuck, bro. Hey,
Did you do the tour?
None of you. No, sadly, I didn't because they didn't. The whole point is to get on the field, in my opinion, and they're not allowing it. It's a limited experience right now. And the day I wanted to do it, there was the weekend concert. There was the weekend concert in Allegiant, and there was Daddy Yankee in T-Mobile Arena. So there was two concerts happening on one. So I was like, fuck, it was packed, bro. But yeah, so I didn't get to go on there, but I will go there next off season because I feel like because the season's coming, it's gonna go there, right?
No one's gonna black out drinking drinks called Foxy Lady.
Well, you guys see, look. That was the following day. The first day you guys see me what I was drinking. That shit was straight through the bottle tequila and all that shit. That yeah.
All right.
Hey, have you guys ever watched Raider Ben's show on Saturday?
No, I didn't get to see a lot.
This motherfucker got a show. It's something like The Purge, bro. On Saturday, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, Black Saturday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's ruthless. That's hey,
that's
I
just
would
like
recommend.
The Purge.
Shout out to my brother Raider Ben. If you guys want to shit talk somebody and you have a problem with somebody, I would recommend you to go to that Black Saturday and start ripping that other person apart, man. That's the perfect show for Earn because Earn be going at it with motherfuckers over Carr.
I'm gonna
be
there every Saturday.
Hey, Earn, I was at the Bellagio pool, motherfucker. Where the fuck were you?
Shit, I was over in the kiddie pool talking shit to Spotlight because that's the only language he'll understand.
He was
hey, J.C. Jackson's hurt.
What?
Yeah. What?
Nah, when did that come out?
Hold on. Where you see that?
Let me make sure. Where did you see this, Van City?
Let's see.
Ooh, Chargers cornerback J.C. Jackson misses practice with an undisclosed injury.
Yeah, glad we didn't sign his ass.
Let me see. You should have at least had a Long Island iced tea. I couldn't do too much stuff. I mean, it was only 2 days. I mean, I wanted to go to 3, but I have school starting today. Oh, that's another thing. I start school today. But yeah, shout out to Raider Ray. What's good, my brother? Okay, enough with this Vegas talk. Okay, sorry. I brought it up a little.
All right,
hey,
since you finally turned 21, I ain't gonna crack no more junior high jokes on you. I almost did because you said you started school today.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, he's a grown man. I'm gonna give him his respect now.
My bad, Ricardo. Like I said, the chat was going crazy, so I'm sorry for missing your thing. But Ricardo called it like 5 hours ago. My bad. But yep, J.C. Jackson's hurt. But back to some Raider football. Gabe, let me hear your take on Leatherwood. Would you be on the side of my side? Well, I don't want to call it my side.
If he's gonna play tackle, oh man, it's not. No, I mean guard. He showed last year that he can at least hold his own at guard. So I mean that wouldn't be such a like drop off or at any position, or like he would at least be able to hold his own. But he plays tackle, bro.
Yeah, good.
I'm closing my eyes every fucking play.
Basically, I mean, he's not lying.
I can't see him play tackle, bro. That shit was horrible. Even like the drive we scored on Saturday, you know, that opening drive. Every single ball that fucking Stidham got off, he was getting fucking hammered, dog.
And every fucking play, Alex Leatherwood is chasing this guy because he got burnt.
And Carr got burned a couple times too inside. So I was just like, damn, bro. And
I'm worried about that right side.
Stidham won that job right there with that shit, dog. Because
all
that pressure, and he still got the touchdown. Is like, damn, that was all on the quarterback and the offense around it, because the offensive line, they were like doing everything they could for us not to score.
And like I said, I want to say this one more time because we have more people here. Yeah, that win was ugly. And Queen, thank you for saying that because I was about to say it eventually. Thank you for bringing it up. I said eventually. That win was ugly. It was. I still don't take it as a win. It's preseason, whatever, win loss. What I thought, it was very sloppy. It did not look too good. But let me give a shout out to a couple people that did good in my opinion. Shout out to Tashawn Bauer solidifying his spot behind Max
Man,
Crosby. That boy is a
yes,
baller. That boy used to work with Josh McDaniels, even though Josh McDaniels was the offensive coordinator.
but
He was an
throwing people
expatriate.
around and
The
shit.
guy was good. He, in my opinion, he solidified his spot in the 53-man roster. Not only that, he also solidified his spot behind Max Crosby. Not only that, he's pushing Cleve Farrell to step up his game.
Did you see him use that Reggie White move, bro, where he throws the guy with that one arm with his momentum? I was like, bro, I like this dude.
Yeah,
He
dude,
he set the edge like a motherfucker against that run game.
you gotta just come and then, bah, and bro, Reggie White, dude. If you see fucking like highlights on that dude used to pick up 350-pound linemen with one arm like that. Dog.
Off
Like,
their feet, bro. Knock
crazy,
them like off their feet.
crazy. Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro.
Hey,
That,
hey. Shout out to Auntie6. I gotta say this real quick. Shout out to Auntie6. He said
Auntie
Robert
Six.
Gallery. Oh shit. Or Alex Leatherwood.
Hey, Auntie Six. Hey, Eric, I'm telling, bro. Auntie Six, the one that put me up
Gallery.
to tagging you in that video, bro, on Instagram.
Gallery. That's all I know. Gallery.
I'll take Gallery at tackle.
I'll take Gallery.
What's the question? Gallery didn't give up as much as Leatherwood. Don't.
Yeah,
Bro, Gallery. But Gallery was drafted at number 2 at tackle, like, bro, and he didn't pan out for shit. We moved him to the guard, and he was like excellent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was hoping for the same thing out of Leatherwood. I just don't see it right now.
Masterson came out of nowhere, and there's a reason why. Not only did they
didn't he get nicked up? I seen him. I see Masterson on the ground one play, like where he kind of stood on the ground for it. I know he got up, but I don't know if he like got nicked up or something like that. Because I know that there was one play during that game where Masterson was like on the ground and
I know
like
what you're talking about. Dude, I need to remember. Let me see if I could. I think I know what you're talking about. Was that him?
Masterson, yeah, that was Masterson. But I know he got up and left on his own power. It looked like he got a stinger because he was holding his arm like that. You know what I mean? Like when they get a stinger and he walked off like right away, but it looked like a stinger.
Yes. Sorry, I'm low key happy. I finally got the film. Thank you. Right during this live. So guys, I will have a better understanding of who the fuck truly fucked up eventually. But just off of watching the game and watching the game over and over and looking at the condensed version, the full game, everything. This is what my analysis is. But trust me, I got you with more. And if you guys want to see film too, let me know, man. Let me know. I'll make sure to show you guys. But here we go. Cool Kev, exactly. Give Leatherwood, this is all I'm saying. Give Leatherwood a chance to redeem himself at the guard position before shipping him out. Exactly.
He's not going nowhere, bro. Like he's a number 1 pick, and like I think we would have to eat hella money if we let him go. He's not going nowhere.
Hey, this is my counter to it.
I have to.
I'm not shipping him off either. I'm not shipping him off, guaranteed. I'm not shipping him off. But here's the thing. They're about to ship off Kenyan Drake being released. Even if you trade him, the fact that they still told him that he's gonna get released, they're taking cap hits. They're taking a total of $8 million cap hit in the next 2 weeks. Then they shipped off Gillespie, a rookie. Then they shipped off Brian Edwards, a rookie. They don't give a fuck about contracts, dude. They don't give a fuck about.
I don't know who it was. I think it was low, dirty low.
Valid point.
I was talking to him earlier ago, but what they could do too is like say next year they'll eat 3.7 this year, but that $4 million next year they can stretch it out to where they can give them 2 and then 2. You know what I mean? They could give him like 2 and 2 if they can stretch it out like that to where because he's still getting paid either way. But like that way, because I've seen that shit happen before where they could like stretch out that money that they still owe him.
Hey, shout out to Queen. Stack them up, hit them likes. We got 52 in the building, y'all. If you guys can, hit that like button, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe to my brothers, Raider Gabe. Subscribe to my boy, Raider Earn, Westside Sports Radio. And shout out to all the content creators in that chat right there, man. My boy Raiders Down Under, Aussie Raider. What's good, man? Salute to you, Aussie. Also, Avakazi Raider, Avakazi AR, Raider Ray. Shout out to whoever. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody else as far as YouTube, Instagram, the Raider Room, Raider Resistance, Queen Raiderette, Terrence, All Eyes. Make sure to show some love to the behind the scenes people as well. Always got to give them a shout out.
See that one right there under that one on the record, like see because Ricardo said they could stretch it out 3 years if they want. So that means that
Okay.
4 million, that 4 point something that they could stretch it out to like 1.7, 1.8 a year. You know what I mean for the next 3 years. So
Yeah.
that wouldn't
Okay.
be such a big cap hit.
For sure. Hey, hell yeah, hell yeah. And shout out to Victory, man. My brother. Was good, was good. Good to see you. Yep, Sean, let's talk about him. There's been reports that Patriots are willing to get rid of their tackle. He was a first round pick in 2018. Shout out to Sean Johnson. He had 915 snaps overall. His overall grade was a 74.9. His pass blocking was 70.7. His run blocking was 76.5. In my opinion, better than whatever the fuck we got right now. Um, Apparently, in 2020, he had 641 snaps, 82 overall grade, 75.2 pass blocking, and 81.8 run blocking. He was, of course, a first rounder. He's been producing, and it looks like the Patriots are trying to get a lot for him because he was a first rounder. He played good the last 2 seasons, and also it looks like they're starting to rebuild. So, in your opinion, would you go out and get Isaiah Wynn? Josh McDaniels is very familiar with him. Carmen Brasillo is very familiar with him. Would you go pull the trigger on him?
Well, we have to put it in.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We have to put it in context, bro. I think the only thing that's stopping us from grabbing him is that $10 million we'll have to pay him. So it's not like, you know, should we grab him? It's like at that price tag that changes everything. It's like I don't know.
And if he balls out, I was hearing I think it was Sanjit earlier. He was like, if he balls out, he's gonna ask for fucking next year because this is his 5th year. So what? This is 10 million. So next year he's gonna demand a contract anyway. If he balls out, he's gonna be asking anywhere from 15 to 20. Right. So that's the risk you take. You might have him for 1 year on the 10, but then after that, if he balls out, I mean, he can't lose because I mean, if he gets 10 million, and then if he balls out, he gets more. If he don't, then it's like he's still gonna get a contract somewhere out for like the 10 million or whatever he's getting. He just might not get. So I think it's a win-win for him.
Yep. And shout out to Milka Beezy. What's good? What's good? Good to see you, brother. And Casper says they're actually taking 3.6 million hit. Yeah. That 4.4 is from last year restructure. It was 1.1 million each for the 4 years. But since they are trading him, they will take the whole.
All right.
The Patriots are going to have a hard time getting rid of an average tackle for 10 million. I'm surprised they took the fit. This is how I would take him. Okay, this is what I would do. If Isaiah Wynn comes in, right, this is my philosophy on him, right? I would give him a 3rd, give him a 7th. We have so many picks. Give him a 3rd, give him a 7th, or give him a 3rd and 6th because after all, he has been performing. He's been out there balling. He has proven commodity, right? Then you're gonna say, SC, would you pay the 10 million? No, this is what I'll do with Bill Belichick and the rest of the organization over there. Look, you're trying to get rid of him. You eat half, I'll eat half. I'll put a $5 million cap hit on the Raiders to get a really good tackle for 1 year. Bring him in for this year. Have Munford and Illuminor back him up and learn. Then if Wynn is asking for too much next year, set him free and you have backup tackles ready to go next year.
Yeah, the thing that messes up Wynn is his availability. And like we always talk about it, you know, me or about Waller, best ability is availability, and that's the one thing he has problems with. He's never played a whole season. You know what I mean? So that's the thing with Isaiah Wynn. He gets hurt. You know what I mean? And it's just not having them out there all the time.
Yeah.
So what would they're gonna want like a 2nd round pick for him. So we're gonna trade a 2nd round pick and get this dude $10 million and he could possibly walk on this next year. I think that's something we should.
I would give him a 2nd if we don't have to eat all that 10 million. That's the only way I'll even give him a 2nd rounder. But look, this is also.
I wonder why Darrell Williams is still out there though. Like I know a lot of people we talk about like go get Darrell Williams, go get Darrell Williams. But why has nobody like
if he's that good, why is he still on the market? Right.
Yeah, like nobody has fucking said nothing about him. Not one team has been like, oh yeah, there's talks about him or he's been brought in for a visit or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like I wonder there's something there or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I hopped off that Darrell Williams train now, man. It took me some time. I was on the Darrell Williams train, but now I'm like, there has to be some deeper shit why he's still out there, man.
Like Sue, we know, like the reports came out yesterday.
Yeah,
money. He's asking for 9. That's not the number that they're
You
willing
know
to go
what?
get.
I think that's just a cover up, bro. I think that he just after all these years playing in the league, he's probably to that privileged point where he feel like I don't want to do training camp, so he's gonna wait till training camp's over where he can just
That too.
hop in. Because
That
I
too.
mean, if you've been playing for 13, 14 years, who the fuck wants to do training camp?
I mean,
Everybody in the league knows what you can do. You know what I mean?
yeah, I was talking about that too. Like when they first were talking about Sue, I was like, bro, if this dude is fucking 36 years old, bro. Like, he ain't trying to go through no fucking training camp. And he
Yep.
plays defensive tackle to where you ain't got to learn too much. That shit you can learn fast. The defensive tackle, it's the gap scheme and all that shit. So I think Sue knows that he could come in week 1 and he could ball. So that's the thing with him.
Exactly.
Like he's just waiting for who budges. You know, and I think he's just sitting back, waiting to see who budges. And then at the end when he's ready to actually like come into a team, he's gonna take probably less than what he's even asking for. The 9 is just that. Let me see if somebody catches that bait. You know what I mean?
See if somebody bites on it. Yeah.
Facts. And it's just how do I say this? Because I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I already sound like a broken record anyways. Sue is a dominant D tackle. There's no doubt about it. He is.
For 2 downs.
But if you look at his last 2 years, he's been declining slowly, and it kind of worries me paying him 9 mil, 10 million. Because what I seen from Jonathan Hankins, he's looking good. Now I gotta see Bilal Nichols be out there against the Patriots in order for me to go move forward and be like, okay, yeah, we desperately need a pass rushing DT. But if Bilal Nichols could show up against the Patriots and Jonathan Hankins, he looks the way he looked on Saturday, I'm keeping this DT room because Panko stepped up. Neil Farrell's still rookie, Matthew Butler's still rookie, but they could give good backups. And at that point, if Bilal Nichols does shape up good against the Patriots, and we still have Jonathan Hankins on a consistent basis, I would just do this. I would wait till the cuts, go get somebody there, get another depth, or I would go out and go get a Sheldon Richardson or a Phylon, even though Phylon's not available, but he should be healthy by at least week 4. Put him on the IL. He doesn't cost anything, and he'll be ready by week 4.
That's the thing with Sue, though, bro. The Sue doesn't get hurt.
That's the other side of it.
He just does not get hurt. That motherfucker's built like a fucking Russian tank and shit.
That's what you call taking care of your body.
Yeah, no, that fool's just fucking. He's just big and bones are just fucking dense as fuck. No, he's just a big dude. He don't get hurt, no.
Yeah.
No, that's facts. And look, the only reason why I'm off the Sue train is because it's a back and forth shit. That's the only reason. But if you were to tell me Sue signing for $6 million, all for it, I would be like, oh, fuck it. Top 5 D line. Simple.
I'll even go 7, but like no more than that, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's asking for 9 mil. He got 9 mil before. He got 8 mil, and that's what the trend has been doing.
Because
but what I would, if there's one organization that could really, really make a good contract and make good trades, is this regime.
Because we need more than 10 mil for that middle of the year. For like if anything goes wrong or anybody goes down or we're 5-2 and there's teams that are like 1-5, 1-6 or whatever, you know, those are the teams that are gonna start getting, you know, selling, you know, or maybe some guy's not happy there and he wants out because he wants to go to a contender. That's what we need to at least save some money for. So that's why he has to come off that 9, dog. He has to come off that 10 million.
If it's even a contract like this, 7 mil with 2 million incentives, I'll do it because the incentives better be you got to be on the field.
Exactly. And if he gets fucking, if it's one of his incentives is get 8 sacks and he gets the 8 sacks, I'm gladly paying him that shit.
Fuck yeah. Hey, I'm with it too. I'm with it too.
Yeah.
That's
8
the way I'll
sacks from the defensive tackle spot, bro.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And another topic I wanted to bring up, I brought it up earlier, and I want to hear your guys' take on it. The defensive back room, Amik Robertson. How do you feel about Amik?
I like Sam Webb better though.
Yep, exactly what I was saying.
That fucking hit, that fool should have had a fucking 6, dog. That was 6 points.
Have a good night, Iran.
That fucking hit that he did, dog, right there. Oh, 420 over there. I gotta take a
Yeah,
hit.
there you go. Hey,
Hey,
have a
that
good night, Iran.
hit
Much love, brother.
that hit that Sam hit put on and caused that fumble, dog. Fucking referees are dumbasses, bro. Like, how do you not let that shit like play out, and then like you see the replay, and
And
if
then
it
go
was,
back and look at it.
yeah, like, bro, like, isn't that common sense now already to them? Like, hasn't that been taught to them after in the off season? Like, I know that these motherfuckers have like, like these fucking seminars and shit, like for like all these referees and shit, like they have it every year. So like, how do they not have that shit in mind? Like, let the fucking turnover play itself out. That shit could have fucking imagine how good right now that fool would have been like on tape right now, like Sam Webb, like that fool. I mean, I know the coaches know, you know what I mean, but
Yeah, they saw it and they see it for what it is.
that was six.
Um,
Don't
yeah,
Yeah, I
even
and
think
get
I
it.
like him. I like him a little bit better than I like Sam Webb better than the Meek, bro. Because
yep,
Meek's not physical like that. You know what I mean? He's more like pesky, but he's not physical like that.
yep,
Where he's
yep.
stop you in your fucking tracks.
Oh yeah, come on, Avakazi. You want to come on, brother? Come on. I want to hear some. I want to hear what Avakazi, because Avakazi had a lot to say, and I want to see his take on this stuff. But one thing that I wanted to bring up on tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow. Fuck it, tomorrow. Tomorrow, y'all. Do you want me to show some Amik Robertson film and some Sam Webb and compare the two, or or do you guys want me just to watch it and and let you know, count how many times he got burned or some shit? I don't know, bro. At this point, I'll see what I do, but I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna keep it going though.
Ew.
Shout out to Lord Rachitas. What's good, brother?
Well, Lord,
Also think we need to be able to stop the run better with Eckler, Kelly, Spark, Plugs, Hilaire, Jones, Queeves, Williams, Gordon the third, Donkeys, AFC West gonna be heavy to keep offenses off the field. And Jonathan Hankins looked good, but it is something that earlier um I seen from Terrence, that Terrence said earlier. Uh he Jonathan Hankins does have a little bit of a availability not being there too much. Sometimes he gets injured, and that's been something there. So at that point, I would like Neil Farrell to step up and stuff, and Kyle Payco, but it looks like that's not really a thing. So maybe bringing in a rust up or two, but I would first bring in a pass rusher because I don't know what Bilal Nichols will bring to the table. I gotta see him on the field on Friday before I could give my assessment on Nichols. Shout
You're
out to
right.
Ray Love.
I mean, the reports were as soon as he came back that they were saying that he looked good. He had like, you could tell that his injury, the rest that he got was good because he looked like he had the fresh feet. He didn't look like he was coming off rusty off of an injury. You know what I mean? Like it's tentative off of his leg and shit. He looked like those were the reports. So hopefully he could, show some of that on Friday if he plays.
And I want to bring up something Josh McDaniel said in his press conference. Not the first one, but his Zoom call one. He brought up Vickers, and this was interesting that I wanted to bring up. He said that Vickers, they purposely put him at the outside because Bilal Nichols and Jonathan Hankins came back. So they're making Vickers be versatile, playing in the D tackle position, the three tech, and the four on the defensive end spot. And that's unique what Josh McDaniel said. He said because we're getting more depth at D tackle with Bilal Nichols, Jonathan Hankins coming back out of the pup list, he then puts Vickers on the outside to help him get that versatility. That just shows you that on a consistent basis, they've been talking about versatility. You see it with the offensive line, you see it with the defensive backs, you see it with the safeties, you see it with every single person on this team. And it gives us a lot of leverage when it comes down to free agents because sometimes if you have everything there, you don't have to go out and get anybody. So that's just their philosophy that I wanted to bring up. It was really that thing stood out to me when he said that. I was like, okay.
That'd be cool because you just because you see him go out there in the huddle, you don't know where the fuck he's gonna line up. So you don't if you're looking at it from the offensive point of view, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 8 a.m. down under. Yeah. He said if you compare, you might get rid of both of them. What else? Shout out to Jonathan Abram. This boy has been balling out and showing me he's stepping up, even though it's only been preseason, but he's looked better and disciplined let me first hear Gabe's take on it. How do you feel about Abrams and this whole discipline stuff that you're seeing?
I like it, bro, because it's not taking away too much from his game. You know, he's being more controlled out there, and he's still fucking laying the wood, dog. You know what I mean? Because like that one where he stopped that first down. You know what I mean? That shit, he fucking was perfect timing, dog, and he put his shoulder on the fucking ball. I like that type of shit, bro. Like, I mean, showing that, and they're using them a lot, like they did Peppers. They're using them in the box. They're blitzing them, you know, blitzing them from like the slot little thing, you know, blitzing them, trying to get a sack and shit. I mean, I can see Abrams playing a big role like that for sure.
Yep. And I said another one, Avakazi. Beautiful seeing them use Abrams as a spy rushing the quarterback, smash the starting tight end, and crush that play. Facts. And
Yeah.
Ern, what is your take on it?
I think this regime is exactly what John Abram needed, bro. Because like the last regime, they weren't helping him to
Use his ability.
to grow his natural ability or to develop, you know, his pass coverage. It seems as if this regime is like, you know, they've honed in on exactly what he's good at, and they're playing to his strengths and trying to improve his weaknesses. I like what I'm seeing out of that. You know what I mean? It looks like it's gonna be a good match. I was kind of worried about him losing his job as one of my favorite players on the team, but you know what I mean? He's showing some signs. I just hope this continues, and you know, he doesn't revert back to, you know, cinnamon toast crunch, John Abram.
Hey, wearing that 24, dog. You got to make that 24 proud, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, but hey, I like it, and it helps that, you know, the coach, you know, Patrick Graham already had a player like that, you know, recently. You know what I mean? Like Peppers, that you know,
yeah,
like a joker, like a wild card, yeah.
Exactly.
I thought we were going to use Kenyan Drake as like a joker, a wild card on offense this year, but you know, I guess shit, we can't be right about everything, huh?
I think that's bold and
like that. Facts. And I got somebody backstage, man. You seen him in the chat. He has a lot to say, and I want to hear his takes on a lot of these things because they're. Hey, I like the takes he brings to the table. It's another perspective on a lot of things. My brother from the land down under, man. You guys know him, love him. S.C Raiders in the building. What's good, AR?
What's happening? How you doing, sir?
It's cracking, boys. What's going on?
That's the gun show right there, man.
Hey, Avakazi, let me pick your brain a little bit on this, man. I know you got a lot to say with this right tackle spot and this offensive line. What is your take on it, and which side are you on that Leatherwood situation?
Yeah, it was horrible. Look, I know, man, it was. I said it a while ago when they were rotating tackles in the off season at practice, and we didn't have an answer. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and I could see that they weren't sold on Leatherwood. I mean, they had him plugged in to start the first game of preseason, and you know, some people were saying it was just all smoke. There wasn't really much to it, but I mean, his first two performances were okay at best. I mean, okay is okay. It's not really. It wasn't enough to sell me on that he's our starting caliber right tackle. But that last game, I mean, you saw the footage. That one play where he got pushed back right into the quarterback, by pure power by a guy who's not even that good. That was a nose tackle that has been in the league a little while, but I don't believe he's their starter. And then on the very next play, he got beaten outright by speed by a third-year UDFA. That's not good enough. Like I've seen it.
AR, is the dog cold? That was going under the blanket. He's going under the blanket and everything. He's like,
my bad. Yeah, she's a little cold.
No, that's cool. I like that shit. That's just cool.
I don't give a fuck. Like, you know, she sleeps in my bed. I don't care.
That's
what
my dog too.
She's earned her place there. She's been there for me when no one else was. So you know what? I couldn't give a fuck.
That's the same shit.
Anyways, yeah. Look, like I've always. At least at guard, he was showing progression and his confidence. I mean, there's been a few people that have been coming out saying his confidence in practice, you could see, was taking a hit, and keeping him there at tackle, it's not working out. We need to at least move him to guard, develop him there, let him concentrate on there, rather than moving him here, there, not really knowing what we have in him, what we're doing with him. It's not working at tackle, period. I mean, if us guys were just on the, you know, we're on the couch and they're in the fucking office. If we can see it, surely they've got to see it. So that's my take on the Leatherwood situation. We need to move him to guard ASAP, develop his craft there, because it's just not going to work out at tackle. No fucking way.
Agreed.
Agreed. And then Amik Robertson or Sam Webb?
Sam Webb. Is that even a question?
There you go.
Look, Amik's been with us for 3 years now. He's had his chance as a rotational piece and as a starter. I mean, you brought up points that he's does well in the blitzing game, but how much do we really need that? How many times are we going to call upon him, and how many sacks is he going to produce? I mean, I've seen it time and time again when he's seen the field, he gets exposed on the outside due to his size, and then when we move him to nickel, he's not up to scratch when it comes to keeping up with these slot receivers. So if there's not really a spot for him at the nickel, there's no spot for him at the outside, and we're just keeping him around just as that blitzing cornerback or whatever it may be. Where do we go from there? I mean, Webb's at least shown me more in preseason, in his first preseason with us, than Amik has in any of the preseasons he's been with us. So let's roll with Webb. And Darian Butler, just on that comment there, he's looked good. Yeah. My boy Masterson's been looking good as well. I mean, in my opinion, if we had to keep one, I'd pick Masterson, to be honest. Not trying to sound biased, but I've seen enough of him at the Mike position and where he's sure of himself at that middle linebacker to be able to line the players up and make sure they are in their set positions. That goes a long way with me. And for a UDFA rookie to be able to do that, I'm really pleased with what I see from Masterson. And
Bowers.
Bowers is another one.
Yeah. And I think Darian Butler and Masterson both make the squad. I think there's a reason why Kenny Young was the first one out of those three. The fact that they took a veteran out instead of the UDFAs, that shows a lot what Darian Butler and Masterson both bring to the table. And at the end of the day, they've been running a lot of 4-2-5. If you guys realize that, 2 inside linebackers, 5 DBs, 4 in the middle. They have been running a 3-4 as well. But when you really look at the 4-2-5, you could really utilize these guys there. You got Jayon Brown. You got Denzel Perriman. I'm cool with Darian Butler and Masterson being there too. They're 2 good guys that have been proving themselves and proving why they deserve to be drafted.
What do you think about Bolton?
I like Curtis Bolton.
I mean, I like that one play he did, but outside of that, I've probably seen more, honestly, from Masterson and Butler.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's facts.
How many years has Bolton been in the league?
Sure, actually, I don't even know, man. But I know Darian Butler's been leading every game in tackles, pretty much, fucking every preseason game and shit. So I like that. He's always around the ball.
He has been exposed a few times on coverage. That's one thing that is a little bit it needs work from Butler. Masterson gave up a catch last week, but outside that, he's been pretty good in coverage as well. So
and honestly, I like this linebacking room. I think this is one of the most the position group, as far as position group on defense. I'm more I dig it. I'm cool with that. The defensive line too, I dig it. I mean, Malcolm Kuhn stepped up, Sean Bauer stepped up. They're 2 guys that I think solidified their spot on the 53. And then you look at this DB room. I still got to see Trayvon Mullen next week. This week actually on Friday. We seen Anthony Averett. We seen Rock Ya-Sin both play this last week. I'm gonna go back, watch the film, the wide view to see how they did. But I know Tyreek Hill was out there. They said he was out there. So the fact that we didn't hear too much of Tyreek Hill's names kind of shows you.
No, wait, Tyreek was a late scratch.
What was a late scratch?
Yeah, he was a late scratch. Right before the game, they scratched him. But they still had everybody else out there, though. So you know what I mean? And they had 2.
Gesicki played the whole first half.
Yeah, that's crazy. They had 2 out there the whole first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, we came away with a win a win in preseason. It's preseason, but at the same time, look at the positives. I mean, we won the game when they're playing their starters, and we were playing predominantly second and third stringers, guys who are fighting it out for a roster spot. You know what I mean? So, there was more positive signs than negative. There has been throughout the whole preseason. I mean, to come away 3 from 3 so far, that counts for something when the majority of the guys have been playing have all been outside of the offensive line, have all been second, third, fourth string guys. You know what I mean? So, a little disappointing with Jenkins, though, to go down just as we got him.
Recoveries, that sucks, man. Getting signed and then the next game, the first game, you get an opportunity with the new team. You come in, you end up, going in the IL. Which speedy recoveries.
Do you think that is he not staying ready in the off season, or what do you think that it's just like
Here's
because
yeah.
because you know how he came in right away, two days after he got signed, you know what I mean, and like. And that shit, because you know you got to build those ligaments up, you got to build that strength up again. So I don't know, like, is that's not staying ready? Because like that shit's, damn, bro, that shit was.
I think that definitely has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sean Donahue and let me see, Isaiah Brown should play behind Sin, Avery, Mullen, Phillips, and Isaiah with the 4th, 5th quarterback. Yeah, they're gonna save a lot of cornerbacks on this team, and I like everybody that's stepping up. And exactly, Brian. Shout out to Brian. Cornerbacks, Webbs has stepped up. Brown, Phillips, Hobbs, all of them have stepped up, and we all know Hobbs has been one of the best players in training camp, preseason in general. Even though he didn't get snaps the last 2 games, but when we've seen him out there, he's been playing good, and his training camp has been amazing. So pass defense sucked. Run defense was really good, and that's the thing right there. The run defense, they were giving up a little bit of plays out there. Even though they had their starters, it was a good test for a lot of these guys. That's why I like that they played Tua, that they played all these guys, because it really gave our depth some work, right? At the end of the day, we're gonna see starters this week. I thought they would have gave it last week, which we did. We had Anthony Avery, Rocky Sin, Trayvon Merrick. They had Jonathan Abram back there. They had Jonathan Hankins. They had all these guys still out there that could start on this team, and even the offensive line, some of the starters there that might start on this line.
Was Avery playing last week?
Sorry, yeah, Avery played.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice. Well, no news is good news, right?
Yeah, he played a little bit. He got like maybe a pass or 2 caught on him, but like other than that, you didn't really hear anything because you know defense was playing good.
Yeah, no news is good news if you don't notice the secondary, right?
Yep.
Or a secondary play.
Man, right?
This week we're gonna see everybody. I think so. There's a reason they left 30 people behind. Some of them were injured. Like I said, Munford had a little bit of a undisclosed injury.
These cuts are gonna be crazy.
Waller. Hey, this Friday, y'all, against the Patriots, we're gonna see starters. I think we might see a glimpses of DC. I really do. I'm scared a little, but because the offensive line.
Man.
But I think we might see some reps. We need at least to give these starters some reps. We're gonna see Mullen come back. Hopefully Waller stops. I mean, whatever Waller's happening.
Yeah, bro.
Let's talk about Waller. Let's talk about Waller.
To be honest.
Yeah, let's talk about Waller, man.
If DC gets hurt, if DC gets hit, I mean, sorry, bad words. But if DC gets hit, like fucking Stidiham was getting hit right there, take him out on that first hit. Like, hey, no, you know what? No.
You know what? Just keep him on the sideline with his cap on, man. I don't even want to risk it. I don't even want to risk it. Keep him on the sideline with his cap on.
I can't wait for this Friday because we get to see a little bit of the starters out there, man. A little bit more starters, man. I can't wait for that. And I'm trying to see some of them get burned and see how it really is, you know, gonna be built. Joint practice is on Wednesday. Joint practice with the Patriots is on Wednesday, so we will be live that day as well. Joint practice.
I want to see a scrap or two in the.
They might. Yeah, they will. The Patriots fight with everybody, and the Raiders. I mean, they've had their.
I want to see teammate getting in the thick of things again, like last year. Remember
that? Hey, I want to see Bam Olaseni in the thick of it. Pause.
Yeah, they don't want no smoke with Bam. I wouldn't either.
Hey, y'all, I got a hot take nobody's talking about. You know how everybody's talking about how we're gonna be a running back by committee type of deal this year, right? With all these running backs. I don't see it that way. I see Josh Jacobs as being the bell cow running back, maybe 65% of the snaps, and everybody else putting up the other 35. Just by the way they've been playing him, the shape that he looks, and just I don't know. I think that's gonna be Josh McDaniels' little twist on the offense that, you know, his difference, like his stamp that he's gonna put on it, that's gonna be different from the Patriots.
I think it's gonna be like Jacobs is gonna have that bell cow, like most of the carries. Then I think what's his name's gonna take the Drake role of Zamir.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the third down's gonna be Bolden for some reason. He's gonna play that Rashard, bro.
Just reading the comments, where do you guys think Britton Brown fits into this? I mean, you know,
I was just gonna ask that same question.
I mean, what do we do with Britton Brown? I mean, he's looked pretty good.
There's new rules where you can protect guys on the practice squad now, right? You can protect a certain amount of guys.
Three.
Yeah, so you can protect 3 guys. So like, that's one of the guys you got to protect. I think
practice squad protected.
Yeah,
for sure, absolutely.
Bro, he has a skill set that reminds me of Zach Crockett. If you guys remember number 32, back when, you know what I'm saying, that goal line back, anything inside the 3, you give behind him, give it to him.
Yeah,
pretty
right.
fucking quick too.
Runs low, powerful. I mean,
I like it.
we cannot let that dude get away.
And
Yeah.
then they have.
I think that also helped spell the end for Kenyan Drake, didn't it?
But then they have Sincere.
Yeah.
They have Sincere on the IR too, right? Sincere McCormick. They said
they have
we
him on the
haven't seen
IR,
him at all yet.
Yeah,
well,
no,
he's a redshirt IR. Yeah, he's done for the
IR.
year. Yeah,
they're pretty much redshirting.
Let me pick your brain on. Let me pick your brain on Brandon Bolden real quick. I have a question for everybody, comments and the panel as well. My question is, Brandon Bolden, we haven't seen any of them. Why do you think he's a projected starter on this team, or not starter, but solidified his spot if we haven't seen too much of him?
The same reason Stidham won that job. I think he just knows this offense that good. Yeah, and he's you know, they brought up for a reason, you know what I mean? And they haven't played him because I think he's protected.
He's the backup plan and running back in case if all else fails, you got this dude that can come in and do everything that they're asking him to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
just like Gabe said, because he's like, you know, just like Stidham. You know what I mean? Somebody that can help the other players learn like the roles of that position, like, and speed up the process.
The offensive scheme. Yep. And what do you think, Avakazi?
Sorry, I missed the question. What was the question?
It was Brandon Bolden. Yeah, we haven't seen reps of him, but do you think he's a solidified 53-man roster guy?
To be honest, if we haven't seen him in preseason at all, yeah. I mean, we would have seen him surely if he was battling it out with those other guys, and the fact that he hasn't seen not one snap seems like, yeah, he's in. So, I mean, if he's in and Jacobs is, you know, he ain't going nowhere, and we're not going to cut bait with our draft pick this year, Zamir White. Mm-hmm. And Abdullah's just shown way too much in preseason to cut him. I mean, that leaves, you know, Britton Brown as the practice squad guy, as much as I like what I've seen from him, and then everyone else. Like Walter's another guy who showed me enough. Like, I don't know, what do we do with him? I mean, I hear you know, I see Aussies talking about McCormick, but it's like, well, we've got all these other guys in front of him. Where does McCormick fit into it?
Yeah, it's true.
Yep. Hey,
our running back room is deep as fuck, bro. Our running back
I like this running back room. I think, I just want to see some reps off of Brandon Bolden.
But I think Bolden has been playing though, like also in like certain packages with the first team in practice. So that's what I think. Another thing that solidifies him.
That's why I'm like, I'm ready for Friday, man, because you're gonna see these guys that we haven't seen. We're gonna see them, and if we don't, I'm gonna be very surprised. Yep. And actually, let me bring this up real quick. Even though Munford is undisclosed injury, right? Ooh. Even though it's an undisclosed injury, it ain't bad because he's been taking first team reps on the right tackle spot during camp. So that gives you a little clear idea of maybe Munford might be beating Illuminor, or they're gonna bring Illuminor on Friday. Let me before we head on out for the next 15 minutes, we got about 15 minutes. Let me first get your projected offensive line for the Patriot game this Friday. What is an offensive line that you would want to see on Friday against the Patriots to get tested to really see what they can bring? First,
is this what we want to see coming out, or what we want to see the majority of the game?
Well, you want to see majority of the game. Who wants to be? Okay. Who's your starting O-line against the Patriots to see what they got? And let me know in the chat too, man. Participate, please. But first, I'm gonna start off with Ern, and then Gabe, and then Avakazi, and then we're gonna rotate again for another projected thing. I'm gonna go based on positions. So, Ern, what you got for us?
Honestly, I want to see Colton Miller get a couple reps in. I don't want to see him be out there long enough to get hurt. We already know what we got in him, but I want to see how the offensive line plays together. So I'd like to see we're gonna see Miller left tackle. There's probably gonna be John Simpson at left guard, Andre James at center. That right guard is, I don't know, probably Cotton, and I'm rooting for Munford over there, but it's probably gonna be a Luminor at tackle, and it's probably gonna be motherfucking Leatherwood at guard. But I like this line right here. I just happen to look at the screen right now that Red Room is talking about. That's
Miller, Parham, James, Cotton, Munford.
I don't know about Parham, bro. I think Simpson is going to be the guy right there to start the season. So I like that line right there, except for I think it's going to be Simpson instead of Parham.
Okay.
And I also think Illuminor is going to be there instead of Munford, even though Munford is my dude that I have my eye on for the season. That's my guy I'm really rooting for. So that's going to be like my dude. I'm calling it now, but I don't think he's going to start week 1. Oh, so we're not talking about week 1. We're talking about preseason game 4.
Preseason Patriots, yep. And what you got for us, Gabe? What's your offensive line you want to see out there?
My offensive line, my ideal offensive line, say for like, because I know Miller might not play. I like that offensive line right there. I would change right there. I would put Leatherwood at guard and Illuminor at tackle other than Mumford. Okay. And I like that Miller, Parham, James, Leatherwood, and then Illuminor. I would like that would be my 5. But in next week's game, I would like that. And then Miller, instead of Miller, maybe put Mumford on the other side and then start Leatherwood on the other side. Okay. Just switch Mumford with Miller and then put Leatherwood at the other tackle for the preseason game.
So, Avakazi, what you got for us?
All right, so this is just strictly who I want to see starting
who you want
last
to see.
preseason game, not who I project to be the starters week 1. Okay.
Yes, who you want.
Ideally for me, I want to see Bam Olaseni getting the start. Okay. I mean, the only time he's only been getting reps against last stringers. Let's throw him throw him in the fire. This is our last chance to be able to see it, right? Unless we put him in live fire, and I don't want to see that. Not in his first season, though. Even if Colton Miller goes down, I just want to see Bam Olaseni left tackle against second, third stringers. You know what I mean? Parham at center. James is our starter, but I want to see more of Parham getting more reps, just in case the worst happens to James. Right guard, keep Lester Cotton where he is. But the changes, I want to see, throw in Leatherwood at left guard, see what he can do there. This is where he was predominantly good at in college. Let's usher him in there, see what he can produce, build his confidence back up because it's been shot to pieces. It seems very obvious to me. Yep. And at right tackle, put in Illumina, see what he can do because if, Leatherwood's obviously not working out and I'm done with the experiment. And Mumford's, if he's injured, who does that leave? Illumina. Show us what you got, Illumina. You're fighting for possibly your starting spot, and if you can produce well in the last preseason game, give the starting job to him. We got no choice. Yep.
I have two I have two just because I don't know if Carr's gonna start. I hope he does. I just want to see him out there for one series. But if Carr gets to start, I would want Colton Miller on left tackle, Leatherwood at left guard, Andre James at center, Cotton at right guard, and then Illuminor at right tackle. Or you could switch Leatherwood and Cotton, doesn't matter. But then if Carr is not out there, Bam Olaseni at left tackle, Leatherwood at left guard. I would like James out there again, or either or Dylan Parr and Andre James. They're better than that backup center, Grisu or whatever. I don't know, Grasui.
Yeah, Grasui.
And then of course Cotton and Illuminor. A lot of people are high on Simpson, and I seen this comment here. Who has looked better, Simpson or Cotton? I would say Cotton.
But Simpson hasn't been doing too badly.
He's been doing good.
That's why I said I want to see Edwards come in and just getting some reps.
I did see Cotton get bullied in that first drive, along with everybody else too. But I did see him get bullied in that first drive for sure.
I haven't seen Simpson get blown up yet this offseason, unless I was missing something.
Hey, no news is good news, right?
Yeah. Right.
Fact. And people are giving their insights to Miller, Simpson, James, Cotton, Illuminor. Miller, Leatherwood, James, Illuminor, Munford. Who else says something? Play the starters. They need to gel. Okay.
They do, but we've got the joint practice with the Patriots. I mean, for me, that's enough.
Wednesday.
I don't want to see them on the weekend.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Too much risk, low reward. And keep Carr, keep Miller, keep our starters on the sideline.
Yeah, honestly, this is the game where you can get your last look at these
too many
fringe players that are just barely hanging on.
Yeah, use it for evaluation. We don't need to give us starters
and
it's not worth it.
And historically, this game right here is used for that. This game right here, this last game of the preseason is used for the most. This is where you got your last evaluations, bro. You got to go down to 53. There's like 80 guys still on the team.
You got to cut 27 players off of your team, bro.
A lot of dudes, bro. So it's like you got to make you have to have a good evaluation of these guys, bro, because then you could end up cutting somebody that might have, if you don't, then you could just kick yourself in the ass because you might have not done the evaluation right. You know what I mean? So I think these guys, this is that game.
I just don't want to see a headline next week. You know what I mean? Like a headline.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like Carr out injured out for the season.
Stop that talk. Cool Kev.
That's what I'm saying.
Kev.
I don't want to see him on the field. Period.
Cool Kev, bruh. We got to get you some better weed, bro. We are not moving Miller to right tackle and Bam to left tackle. We got to get you some better trees, homie.
Cool Kev, nah, Cool Kev.
Bam to left.
Cool Kev. Raiders down
like
under,
Bam, but not starting. No way.
Carr is fucking blindside. No way, bro. Come on.
Way. Shout out to Ozzy. He says Miller, Leatherwood, James, Cotton, Munford, or Luminor, whoever wins that right tackle spot, or bring in Wynn for right tackle preferably. And I'm gonna skip the wide receivers. I'm gonna skip the running backs because obviously we're probably gonna see a couple of the same guys out there. Shout out to Keelan Cole. He's looking better than what he did against Jacksonville. Also, Tyron Johnson has been stepping up. But now, so defensive line. I mean, I'm gonna say it. Or do you guys agree with me? If not, then we'll go around. Put Bowers back out there. Or do you see Max Crosby and Chandler Jones getting some reps? I don't see it. To be honest, I don't see it.
I don't feel like they need it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so we agree there. How about on the defensive tackle? I want to see Bilal Nichols and Jonathan Hankins start.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me, or you guys have another take on it?
I think we gotta see at least Bilal Nichols. I think we already seen what Hankins had. I don't need to see Hankins. Like if he maybe plays a play or two, whatever. But I don't need to see Hankins for me. I want to see if Nichols has it. You know what I mean? Because you got to see what he has on the field, especially coming back from injury. But other than that, I want to see Neil Farrell. I want to see Matthew Butler. I want to see those guys, see what they got.
Yeah, I don't want either of those two taking a Jenkins leg shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yep. I'd like to see those two rookies start. And then let Bilal Nichols come in, and spell them in between and have like a rotation. But I want them two rookies are the future. If they pan out anything like we're hoping them to, that's our two of the future. Let's see what they look like as a tandem.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Billings.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, and Vickers and So and Peko. Shout out to Big Mike Raiders. Salute to you, brother. Hope all is well. I'm gonna be paying attention to the 1v1 drills this week. Our offensive line versus the Patriots defensive line. That one would be an interesting one. I want to see that. That's why I can't wait till Wednesday too, because that's the joint practice. What happened?
Fucking cool Kev. He's dang, relax. It's not going to happen.
Shout out to Roaster Raider. What's good, Roaster Raider? This team is going to be flat come week 1, and that's why I want to see these starters out there at least get a couple reps. Shout out Joel E. He said Tyron Johnson or DJ Turner. I got TJ, not DJ. I got Tyron Johnson. What you guys?
Bro, that's not even a question, bro. That should not even be up for debate. We've seen Tyron Johnson make over 10 plays in the time that he's been with us. You know what I'm saying? We've seen DJ Turner make 2. Now the 2 that we've seen him make and the things we've seen have been explosive. But are we really going to take him over Tyron Johnson? Who, I mean, that's our deep threat right there. Granted, he got fucking bricks for hands, but that's our deep threat right there. That's our field stretcher.
I'd like Tyron Johnson over DJ Turner, but I like to keep both. Shit,
if possible, that'd be ideal.
I haven't. Matt Collins hasn't really.
I'm with you, Gabe. With you.
Matt Collins hasn't really wowed me like that. I would want Cole, Turner, Johnson.
I'm with you, Gabe.
Behind that, you know what I mean, along with Renfro and Adams. Those are my 5.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I had to take on that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yep.
I'm with you, Gabe, 100%. I like both those guys more than I like Hollins. I mean, I haven't really seen much from Hollins, but if we're going to keep one of those, look, I like DJ Turner. I mean, I said on my own lives, he gives me shades of Jacoby Ford, the way he's built, the way he runs with the ball when he gets it in his hand. However, to your point, Ern, I mean, Tyron Johnson has made more plays in preseason, and if I had to keep one, I'd keep Tyron Johnson over DJ and keep DJ as a practice squad guy. But I want to somehow, some way keep DJ. And to say Tyron Johnson's got brick for hands, I mean, what? How many catches did he drop? 2?
2 and 3 in the first game.
Okay,
first game.
Is that enough to say
his hands ain't necessarily like bricks, but you know what I mean. That's been the trend lately with him. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's his. It's his stigma between that sticks with him pretty much.
The stigma, yeah.
I get that, but like he's only dropped 2 out of how many catches? He's been pretty good with his hands.
Yeah, no, hey, he's always working on that.
Believe
shit.
he's got that.
But
stigma
the ones that he drops are just like, bruh, that shit hit you in your thigh. One, it shouldn't have made it to your thigh, and two, if it does make it to your thigh, you better fucking catch it. And then the other one is like, bruh, we needed that. Well, not really needed that, but imagine if it was in like a real game. And it was a deep pass like that, 45 yards, and you just
perfect. Like
it was a tough catch though, and
it was a tough.
I'm not gonna lie, but this is the NFL, bro. You're paid to make those.
Hey, it doesn't even matter. That's Devontae Adams' spot right there, man. Adams is gonna catch that shit, touchdown.
Yeah.
Both hands.
Look, if we caught either of them, they would only need to be a spark kind of guy, not a superstar. Just someone to provide a spark or two in 3 or 4 weeks, you know what I mean? And that would be enough.
See,
if we could
and I said this before. I'm sometimes wrong, and it's okay to say when you're wrong. A lot of people don't say when they're wrong when it comes to these takes, but I'm gonna say I'm wrong. Keelan Cole, I was wrong about this whole wide receiver group as far as preseason goes because I was a Demarcus Robinson fan. I like what Demarcus Robinson brought to the table. I'm sad to see him go. See how quick he got picked up. That means he was a good receiver, but because I seen that the remarks about Demarcus Robinson, it made me feel better about my take, even though I was wrong, because they said that Demarcus Robinson, they wanted to free him and get more snaps somewhere else and give him the opportunity to be blessed on the field instead of being a backup. And they felt that, and he's going to a team like Baltimore that is building something over there, in my opinion. But hey, I have nothing against Demarcus Robinson. I wish him nothing but the best. But Keelan Cole, the guy that a lot of people have been raving about, he solidified his spot as the third receiver behind Renfro and Devontae Adams, in my opinion. He's our best receiver.
Yep.
In preseason.
And he's been the most productive, like career wise. You know what I mean? He's been the most productive, like in Jacksonville. You know, with New York, he's just been the most productive out of all of those guys. Hollins, Demarcus Robinson, out of all of those guys, Cole's been the most productive. That's why I liked him coming in, and he runs routes. He's a good route runner.
None of those guys need to be superstars. They just need to, like The Rock says, know their role.
Yeah,
know their role. That's it.
Yes.
And Alvarez, yes, I will be streaming Friday. I'm back on the play-by-play. I will be streaming Friday. So if you guys want to pop in, you guys could pop in for a little bit. I always ask you guys, man, if you guys are going to come in here and hang out with us, hey, come on, hang out. Have a fun time, and you could also pop into other people's stream because I always want to recommend you guys to also check out other people's stream because everybody deserves love in the Raider Nation, in my opinion. So shout out
y'all
to
haven't
Karen.
checked out Black Saturday on Raider Bin shit, bro. Go check that out. That's some wild shit, bro. Just be ready.
I saw you giving it to that Niner guy.
Oh my god, bro!
Hey, Ern, when was it? I gotta see you go off, bro. When was it? The last Saturday?
It was this past Saturday.
I'm gonna watch it. I want to see you go at it, bro, because you're funny as
for
fuck,
like
even on
2
the
hours, bro. This motherfucker had me. I smoked about 5 blunts trying to keep calm dealing with this motherfucker, bro.
Hey, Eric, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna go to Dirties. If anybody want to catch Dirties live right now, it's gonna be at 9.
Yep, there you go. I was about to end mine too.
Oh yes, I'm gonna go jump on with him real quick. So he had me on the thumbnail, so you can catch me over there right now. Raider Gabe, whenever I have a show.
Hell yeah. Hey, good luck. Have a good show, brother.
See, hey man, you guys stay up, man.
Have a good show, brother.
Go Raiders.
I got a dip as well, Eric. Thanks for having me on, brother. I'm gonna go situate some family matters and that, but appreciate you for giving me the time of day.
Of course, brother. Always.
For anyone who's interested, my channel's been linked already. I'm gonna be doing a live stream of Madden. I'm gonna be playing your boy Dirty Low. So me and him are gonna have a live game on Madden later on.
I got winner.
Hey, I've been calling you out in your comment section on your videos, man. Hey, say less. Let's do it.
Ern, go ahead. Hey, Ern be throwing. Hey, just saying that because Ern is light work. He has been throwing pick sixes left, right. So
I've been watching you, and I've been watching you. I've been calling you out in the comments.
I'm pretty bad, except for when I need to be good.
Say less. We'll tee up something. But anyways,
yes,
appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the flip side, and you know what?
Have a good one, brother.
For life,
bro.
You already know.
All right. Peace, guys.
Shout out to Yusuf. What's good, Yusuf? Good to see you. And like Terrence said, make sure to hit that like button. And I'm gonna just give a quick thought about the defensive back room projected. I would love to see Trayvon Mullen on the outside against the Patriots. I would love to see Rock Ya-Sin and Anthony Averett in the slot. I think Nate Hobbs solidified his spot throughout this cornerback room, so I want to see Anthony Averett at that slot position and Trayvon Mullen and Rock Ya-Sin in the outside on Friday's game, because I have to see some reps for Trayvon Mullen. And besides that, I want to see Anthony Averett at that slot position. But yeah, so shout out to Terrence. Subscribe, guys. Remember, make sure subscribe.
I agree with things. Everything you just said about the defensive back room, but I just want to add in, I'd like to see more number 48 and 49, Sam Webb and Matthias Farley.
Okay. Yep. Hey, hell yeah. I'd love to see him too. And hey, subscribe, comment. Hey, after this live, y'all don't have to do it right now. After I end it or later on, please make sure to comment down below. Helps with the algorithm, helps push it out. We've been growing on this channel, man, and I greatly appreciate it. Trying to bring you the best content. I'm gonna go watch some film. Much love to everybody, man. Press that bell notification, and if you have the bell notifications on and you haven't been getting my notifications, it's because YouTube makes you redo it every week. Say you have it this week, redo it. Unclick the bell notification and click it again, because it's starting not to work and YouTube be crazy. So you got to do that practically every week. I know sometimes my people might forget, I forget, but you got to do that. YouTube's crazy. I'll greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys have a good night. Make sure to subscribe to my boy Westside Sports Radio, man. My boy Ern right here, man. I'll be back tomorrow, be back Wednesday, and I'll be back Friday for the play-by-play. I will do my preview on Wednesday I'll do my preview on Thursday. No, I'll do my preview on Wednesday because it's joint practice. And Tuesday, tomorrow, we'll cook up something. There's going to be news. Cuts are tomorrow. There might be trades. We will see that. So on that note, y'all, hopefully you have a blessed night. Thank you for everybody that joined me, Gabe, Avakazi, everybody. We were 56 people on average throughout today's live. So I appreciate y'all. And on that note, y'all, have a blessed one. Have a good night. Blessings upon blessings. Tough times never last, but tough people do. And you guys are awesome, tough people. Positive vibes heading your guys' way. And remember, keep it positive, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Peace.
And you know how it goes when I see you again. You know I'm making my way to your ends, and you know I need you to be there for me. You a little post-so baby, you a little 48 baby.